Welcome to this take one from Grimdark Live, as we delve into the Anvil of Apotheosis, where we're taking old models, forgotten special characters, and custom built characters, and giving them rules. Today we'll be looking into the Grot Battle Standard Bearer. This model, along with many other Battle Standard Bearers, lost its rules when the shift over to Age of Sigmar came from Old World Fantasy. Most of these models were special Battle Standard Bearers inside boxes and other things. Most of the time would be carrying a magical banner. To represent this, we're going to be giving it rules to basically aid in the leadership for the goblins. The first part of building your own character using this system is to choose a point level. In the book, it suggests 20 points or 40 points and can be interchanged and such. They said if used in standard battle that you multiply by 10 to equal the normal points for a game. But as a few of me and my friends been playing, we just agree that we're each going to have an additional 20-point character or an extra 40-point character, depending on the game size. So, to start off, we are starting with a Moon Clan Grot for 3 points, giving it a 1-point axe that will have 3 attacks, 4s by 3s, minus 1 damage. This will give it some rend and do a little bit of damage for its leftover points. This is more of a support piece and not an offensive attacker. So, on to the next. The next step is to choose a role. This I chose as an acolyte. It makes it into a priest, which has a 3+ prayer of, I chose Shield of Faith. This gives a unit a 6+ after save from wounds and mortal wounds. This is specifically meant to put on a large unit of like 60 stabas or such. This allows them to basically, if all 60 die, basically save 10 of them. With enough bodies, the small after save is worth it. But it's very few and far between where I like a 6+ save on units smaller than 40. On to character enhancements and abilities. What gave me the want to dig out my old Battle Standard Bearers for various old armies was this 1-point upgrade called Battle Standard Bearer. This allows the model to gain the totem keyword, which the following ability, Inspiring, is while friendly units are wholly within 12 inches, can use this model's bravery instead of its own. Increase this range to 18 if this model is a totem. So, being the worst bravery in the game, Grots have a bravery of 4. So, the next ability, Superior Leadership, adds 1 to your bravery characteristic. This can be taken 3 times for a characteristic enhancement, and giving the unit a 7 will help with battle shock tests and other bravery tests that are required. These 5 DP points can be spent for most armies, basically for a +3 leadership buff around 18 inches around the character. The rest of the abilities on the right are to round off for 20 points. So we gave it Archpriest to make the spell go off on a 2+ instead of a 3. This just makes it more consistent. You know, you want him to be smack dab in the middle of your horde of 60 goblins, you know, holding an objective, and you want to have that special save every turn. And, you know, on you playing a 5 or 6 turn game, you know, one turn without it can be pretty devastating, and so you just want to increase your chance of getting it all the way through and not rolling a 1. The next part is the ability to generate a free command point per first battle round. This will allow you to have one in the pool to have for a battle shock test or an all-out attack. The horde of goblins, rerolling 1s because you're rolling so many dice with 60 goblins with spears is fantastic. Or they really hit you hard and you lose a lot, and you're going to lose a lot to battle shock, and you want to use a point for that. It'll be good. Your Fungaloids will generate more over time, so but having the early 1 or 2 turns and being able to use them on more important units, we'll have 1 in the pocket, and it seemed pretty good for the goblin. And in being so, he's not a fighter, he's just there to buff or whatever. His survivability with a 6+ save and 4 wounds, making him so ignores rend, at a 6+ saves kind of silly, giving it a shield and a bunch of armor or whatever just didn't fit for the 20 points. So for survivability purposes, we just gave it 3 superior vitality, which will bump it from 4 wounds to 7. Hopefully this will not die to a couple hits from a D3 spell or something for mortal wounds. You shouldn't be in combat, which is why we didn't buff up a sword or more attack characteristics or whatever, just because he's just basically sitting there, just making it hard for them to kill the giant horde of goblins. And basically that's how I'd build a Grot BSB, an all-around support piece. Not really a powerful magic caster, not really a offensive fighter, just there to support a giant horde of goblins. And for a sneak peek of next episode of Anvil of Apotheosis, we will be looking into Abal, the Undefeated, an old special character from 4th edition Warhammer Fantasy. Thanks for listening to this Grimdark Take 1, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.